Wait there, citizen. I'm sorry, but the museum is currently closed off until further notice. Oh, you're the proprietor of the collection here, aren't you? Good. Orion told me I should be expecting you eventually. There's been a situation at the museum, and Orion has called the priests of Arcade to assist. I am Brother Ikard. Well, actually, that's what we're trying to find out. You see, the museum is apparently plagued by a ghost of some kind, and it's begun to unnerve the patrons and Orion himself. Therefore, he closed the museum to the public until this could be sorted out. It's uncertain at this point. Most spirits merely have some unfinished business that preoccupies their minds and souls, binding them to Mundus. But they can become rather testy if they're not appeased eventually. Well, you know the museum better than most. I'll need some help discovering the spirit's reasons for being here. There are almost always clues as to the spirit's motivation in the place that they chose to haunt. Also, if something does go awry, I'd prefer to have someone capable at my side. According to Orion, the ghost is more active at night, so we should return here at nightfall. Say around 9, and we'll see what we can discover. Excellent. Let's see what we can discover. I'll have a look around the main hall while you investigate the library. Look for anything you think is out of place. Did you find anything? Interesting. This is a personal letter from Lord Macnarian to his wife. Niles Macnarian was the benefactor who paid for and oversaw the construction of the original sections of the building. It looks as if the seal was broken a long time ago, perhaps delivered and then recovered by the original sender? Whatever its fate, the letter almost certainly has something to do with the ghostly presence around here. Let's keep looking about, but do be careful. I think the spirit is starting to become agitated. Several weapons fell off the walls right behind me, and many of the dishes in the reception hall flew off the table and landed at my feet. I'm a bit tired, to be honest. Trying to attune my senses to an unknown specter has really taken its toll. I think I'm going to go have a lie down in the staff barracks for a couple hours. I suggest you use one of the other beds in there and get a little rest as well. We're going to need to stay sharp.
Quite an interesting place this building is. A lot of history here.
Oh, good, you're awake. You have to come see this. Oh yes, the mannequins seem to have come to life on their own, and have come up from the armory and begun to wander around the museum, while their compatriots have apparently barricaded themselves in from the other side. But no, this is actually what I wanted to show you. I can't explain it beyond saying there's definitely something awry here. They're trying to get our attention, but what exactly are they trying to say is beyond me. I'm gonna go take a look around the East exhibit halls. Why don't you search the Gallery of Natural Science? And I believe there's a storeroom under the staff barracks that might be worth searching. Did you find anything? Interesting. Well, it's clear that we're dealing with the disquieted spirit of Lord Magnarian himself. Though I'm not exactly sure why he would be upset. The hall had always been named for him, prior to it being a museum. That's a distinct probability. The journal makes mention of a portrait of him that was commissioned. Do you recall ever seeing such a painting hanging in the museum? Maybe you should have a look around the museum and see if you can find if it's been stashed away anywhere. I believe that if we could find it and put it prominently on display, it would appease the ghosts and he would stop harassing people. Excellent. There certainly is an ethereal presence here. You did? That's superb. Let's hang it up in the reception hall. Great. And now we rest. Great. And now we rest. By morning, I suspect all this unpleasantness will be over. But we should spend the night here just to make sure there's nothing else the spirit is looking for. Oh, good. You're awake. Are you? All right, my friend? When I woke up, you were gone from the barracks and lying unconscious out here on the floor. Well, I should say so, and it had a good solid hold on you, to be sure. I suspect it was no mere nightmare, but Magnarian himself. The feelings and thoughts of the dead often come to the living as very disturbed. We believe it's only because they lack the means to fully make their wills known. Did you discover anything? Oh, this is terrible. I had heard that Lord Magnarian had met a rather unfortunate end after his wife passed away, but I didn't know the circumstances until now. And by the look of this journal, he was in great grief right before his death. I must have plummeted to his death from the cliff out back. If you're up to it, I suggest looking around for any clues. I seriously doubt that there will be any out there, as this has all happened decades ago, but you never know. And our work is obviously not finished with the placing of the painting. I saw that there is a way to access the alley between the Blue Palace and the museum on the upper balcony. Here's a ladder I found amongst the clutter that the ghosts scattered about. Just be careful out back. We wouldn't want you to share in Magnarian's fate. Quite an interesting place this building is. A lot of history here. Amazing. To think that this small bit of parchment has been wedged between the rocks, dangling from the cliffs out there all this time, being ravaged by the winds and the rain and the snow year after year, and it still persisted. Perhaps it was the will of Niles Magnarian that preserved it, so we might take action on it. Burgess Ulfstead, is it? Ulfstead, where have I... Ah, that's right. There's a stonecutter by that name living down by Catla's farm. Or Morgraine, if memory serves. I'd take it to him and see what you can find out about what happened to the statue his great-great-grandfather carved.
Can I help you with something? Contract? What's this? Oh dear, this is my great-great-grandfather's name. He was a sculptor and a stonecutter by trade. Passed down through the family to me as well. So after 3 generations, are you finally here to make good on this and collect the statue? Well, yes, it's been gathering dust in our cellar for ages. None of us had the heart to sell it since great-great-grandfather apparently didn't feel right about selling it because it was half paid for already. Absolutely. I'll get some hands and we'll cart it on up there by tomorrow.
Well, my friend, it seems that did the trick. It hasn't exactly removed the spirit per se, but it certainly has appeased him. I found last night that the spirits of both Niles and Aurelia were wandering the halls of the museum, admiring the displays and taking in the splendor of the building Niles worked so hard on. They seem quite content. You may see them around from time to time in the late hours of the night, but I wouldn't expect any further problems. Not at all. Just doing the good work of our cave so that the spirits of the deceased get the rest they deserve. And the rest of us can manage to get a good night's sleep as well. Take care.